whether you think it's real or not.
Nah, I honestly don't give a fuck what you think.
Yeah, but that's the
Well,
reality. I choose to accept this.
I'll give you a question. I'll give you a question.
Is also the reality.
Have you seen 2001 Space Odyssey by Stanley Kubrick, 1968?
Oh my God. Fuck off
No, I
with
haven't.
that fucking bullshit.
Watch it then.
This is like nobody presents evidence of the flat Earth.
What the fuck?
Nobody presents any evidence of the flat Earth.
I'm presenting evidence.
We can. The people that believe in the globe Earth can present evidence of the globe Earth. Nobody has shown me any evidence of a flat Earth.
Okay, thank you. So, Harley, you see, I'm asking you to watch that fucking movie, or at least bits of it on YouTube.
Do I have to watch a fucking movie?
To find out that they were faking it in a movie a year ago. So you saying that must be true? It's
Do you
not
honestly think the movie was shot in space or something?
It wasn't, by the way.
What? Dude, you're a
What's
fucking
your point then?
My point is they were filming
the
those
movie.
things.
When they made the movie, they faked it. They faked it because it's a movie.
Yeah! And that's what they could have done to the fucking moon landing, dumb
That
fuck.
doesn't
You have
prove
brain
that.
cells.
That doesn't prove
Of course
that.
it doesn't prove it. I'm saying to you, your image is not a proof for it.
But hold
It's
on,
not
Andrew.
about me,
Can you
dickhead. It's
fucking
about this
prove it?
motherfucking moron that's bringing up an image saying it's true.
Hang on a sec, guys. Hang on a sec. Everyone, hang on a sec. Hey, Pretender Clown, can you hear me? Guy called Pretender Clown, can you hear me? I'm going to mute you.
Yeah.
I'm going to mute you because everything's echoing through your microphone. Please fix it.
Oh, shit.
Carry on with your ridiculous shouting.
See, I just posted evidence.
You what?
I'm gonna quit this
Well,
shit.
that's
These guys are
evidence
fucking
of the
retarded.
Wallaby, hold on
rounder.
a second, because Arlie's provided a picture which we are questioning. So, Arlie, how we can demonstrate this is authentic?
I don't know.
Looks pretty
Okay.
authentic.
I have
Okay.
no reason to believe that it isn't
Yeah.
because the
Harley,
photo
you
was
just
taken at
said
the
you
time
don't
where there
know.
was no
Listen.
CGI.
You
Yes.
just said you don't know. Say that again to yourself in your head, and after that, add something from me. Then shut the fuck up.
Oh, but you can probably go and
No,
see this physical photo yourself in some museum.
Please come
or
up with
something.
any other fucking argument other than pictures that you cannot verify for yourself.
You
Thank
asked for
Andrew,
evidence.
you-
I don't
you're
have
not-
to
you're not
provide
eating-
evidence that
You're not
this is
eating,
authentic.
it, Andrew. You're not eating. it.
I
Harley,
gave you a video
Please don't eat.
as well.
And
Chemo asked you for evidence. You
Yes.
provided bullshit. Okay, we told you it's bullshit. You even said yourself it's bullshit because
I don't
you can't
care
verify.
about your opinion.
Hold on.
Is this
All
guy
kinds
needy?
of evidence. All kinds of evidence that you're presenting right now, well, that can be presented, are in support of the rounder. There is no evidence being presented
Can
right
anybody
now of
mute
a
this guy?
flat
'Cause
Earth.
anything that Ninja's just
Why
saying that
would they?
That's it. That's all he's saying.
Andrew, present me with some evidence that the flat Earth actually exists. Chemo, you could probably do the same thing.
yeah, but we will after we speak to Arlie. Arlie's presented some information, and we're trying to question him on this information. Wallaby, no?
I presented the video as well.
Made a video.
Oh my fucking god! He
So
showed
what's
us
wrong
the video.
with the video? Tell me, what's wrong with it?
Okay, I'll give you a video from 2001 Space Odyssey and
I
tell
don't
me.
care about your video from a movie.
No. Present me evidence of a flat Earth.
My fucking god!
So
I'm gonna
why
throw
aren't you addressing what I posted, specifically this video? Because I have a story to tell about this video.
Oh, tell us.
So I'm asking you why isn't that good enough?
No, tell me the story. What's the story?
So this video was captured by independent radio amateurs that basically 3 different locations were downlinking it directly from SpaceX's Falcon 9 second stage when it was orbiting in March this year. It was before SpaceX re-encrypted their downlink. It was captured directly and decoded directly from the downlink coming from the spacecraft.
Yeah, but what's
This
with all the cuts and
is
edits,
independent
Arlie?
verification.
Arlie, why do they cut and edit?
Mhm.
Cut and edit, cut and edit.
That's how the stream is coming
No,
down.
no,
from
hold
there.
up, Kimo. What's the shape of the lens? Did you understand my question? Do you understand what a fucking film lens is? A camera lens is? Do you
Yeah,
know
I
what
understand.
a camera lens is? Yeah? What's the shape of the lens of the fucking camera that's taking that fucking video? What's it look like?
Let's agree. That's not specifically proof of Earth's shape, but it's proof of space flight. Is that better?
Can anybody fucking ban this moron? He's spending 5 minutes of my life saying that this is proof of space, and when I'm undoubtedly proving that there's no proof of it, he's like, okay, it's not proof of
You
it being
said
a
about
but
the
it's proof
shape
of
of the
space.
lens. So yeah, we can start arguing about that, or we can't. We don't have to. But the thing is, it's still proof that the fucking Falcon 9 second stage was orbiting the Earth. How can you orbit a flat plane?
It's a good point.
I don't want to do it, but I'll give you the answer. Have you ever seen planes?
That's not a plane.
What altitude, idiot? Or what altitude they're flying the plane?
Yeah. Think of a plane, multiply the altitude by whatever the fuck you want, and that's your fucking
Yes,
answer.
exactly like
Hang
Kimo
on, so-
yesterday. Yesterday, Kimo told me because the Van Halen belt is the dome. Fucking
Are you-
idiot.
Are you a Russian?
What? No, 1 second. So tell me what's wrong with
Hold
this
up,
video.
are
Tell
you
me
a
what's wrong.
Russian, bro? I have
Tell me
problems
what's
with
wrong
you.
with the picture of the moon that it had been
Kodas,
taken by Apollo.
listen. I have problems with CS:GO and Russians. I
shut-
just want to know if
Shut
you're
the
a Russian.
fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, he's a Russian. This is not good. I'm not gonna talk to him.
Okay,
not
so
Russian.
What? I don't think he's Russian.
So,
I think
what is the
somewhere
problem
else.
with the picture from the moon, and what is the problem with this video that
The
you have
problem
presented?
is with you, buddy. I don't like Russians.
So I
That
don't give a
he's
fuck
not
what
Not
you
Russian. He's
like.
not Russian.
He's
Oh,
not
okay.
Russian.
Okay. So what's your question?
So what is the problem with this video and the picture from the space? How you can provide it because it's fake? Provide me evidence because it's fake.
How can you provide evidence it is not fake?
It's from the History Museum from USA. I think it's from let me check it on which history museum it is. And if you want, you can go there and take the source of the picture, develop it, take a copy of that source of the picture, develop it yourself, and you're gonna see it fucking hell because it's not fake, moron.
Yeah, moron, but I do not understand when you're saying that it is not fake. I do not know the shape of the lens, my dude.
Dude, it's from the moon, dummy.
My dude. I can't do this.
I'm still curious as to what your position is, Andrew. He shows you
He's just being an
space
asshole
flight.
now.
You seem to accept the evidence of it, and then you say it's a plane. Is it your suggestion that this is flying
I'm saying
like a
you
plane
don't know the
does?
shape of the fucking lens, mate.
Right, I'm trying to
What the
understand
fuck
what
it
your
have the
position
shape
is.
with the what the fuck it have the shape with the lens with the proofing of space?
What?
Exactly. It has no relationship.
Dude, the only
Dude.
way you can prove that that's in space is to literally show me there's no gas pressure.
Oh, so now we're going with the physics. Let's go to the physics. Okay. Can you explain to me why do you need no gas pressure?
What?
Why do you need no gas pressure? Why do I have to provide you some evidences from that?
Why do I need? I'm
Yes,
trying to
yes.
understand the semantics. Why do I need no gas? What the fuck?
Yes, you tell me because I have to provide you because there is no gas
What?
pressure
I'm
in space.
Hold up, I'm still trying. I'm really slow with this. It's very hard for me. Why?
Yes, I see it. I see it.
A lot of
Your
it's hard
your
for
fucking IQ is
I'm so-
all over the place.
I don't understand. It's like
Yeah,
why
don't
do
fuck.
I
Why?
need-
Come on.
Are you an idiot? Why don't you understand?
I don't need no get. What the? What?
So you're
How
an
is
idiot.
this even a question? What,
Well, I understood it. Why don't you? What didn't you understand?
dude? My question is,
I
how
know
the
what
fuck
your question
do you know
is.
that's
My-
a vacuum?
We've now got a subsequent question, which is, why are you so thick? Okay, no answer. I just thought I'd ask.
Well, we were asking Harley, you see, why he believes.
Kimo, you didn't ask Harley nothing, Kimo.
Well, we were asking
No,
Harley.
no, you didn't ask Harley nothing. The other idiot asked Harley something,
No, because
and he didn't know how to back up his claims. He didn't know how to do nothing.
Are you from Romania? Are you from Romania?
Yes, so.
Nah, cool.
Harley posted this picture here. Said this is evidence of something. What that's something.
This is one of many. Yeah.
Is was from Romania too?
Was is
Okay.
I haven't even been there.
You don't have to.
So yes, Ali, this is this violates the second law of thermodynamics, you know?
Yeah, you can
No,
keep
I
on
don't.
saying that.
Okay. Let's go to the second law of thermodynamics. Can you provide me, please, the formula or whatever is going to violate and the experiment that is going to prove you because it's going to violate the second law of thermodynamics, please?
Yeah, so
I
if we
need the
take
formulas. I need everything. I need experiments to provide me everything what you have been claimed.
Yeah, sure.
Let's go. 12 hours uncutted movie, and I need please the calculations of the formula who's gonna prove because there is talking about the pressure.
How old are you, Dakotas? How old are you?
Doesn't matter how old I am.
No, tell me, because I want to know if you've been under the communist regime or not.
So what?
I just want to know, mate.
Doesn't matter.
Mate, it matters because I'm from the same fucking place as you are, so I understand where the fuck you're coming from.
So what? If you are coming from there, you're not that acting like a proper man. You are acting exactly like a lunatic who doesn't understand nothing and is taking everything from the internet.
Like
shut up! I'm talking.
Romanian. See?
I'm talking. When I'm talking, you shut up. Yeah. When you're talking, I'm shut up. Yeah. It's a rule. So, can Kimo please give me the formulas? Who's gonna show me all the evidences? Because the gas pressure is going to be absorbed by the vacuum, or there is something in the second law of thermodynamics linked to the gas pressure.
Well, if you, a very simple way of understanding this is...
No, I need formulas, man. I'm not talking with understandings. We talk about in mathematics. If you are a cunt and you don't understand mathematics and you don't understand physics, what the fuck are you talking about?
Dar tu știi matematică, mă?
Da.
Ia zi.
Ia zi ce pula.
I love it when we start talking in our language. Nobody gets shit.
Oh, provide me evidences of the gas pressure because it's going to violate something in the second law of thermodynamics.
Yes. You get a chamber next to another chamber.
No, mate, it's nothing about the chambers in the second law of thermodynamics. Nothing.
Yes.
It's entropy.
Let's take a Coke can example.
Mate, nothing about chambers, nothing about containers. It's second law of thermodynamics.
Yeah, so I can explain it to you in a simple way.
No, mate, doesn't have containers.
Okay,
second law of thermodynamics doesn't have containers.
Dakotas, we're gonna do it this way. Forget about the term second law of thermodynamics. I'm gonna ask you very simply, based on all of
thermodynamics. Mate.
You have to forget about it.
Cover up your claims.
I'm
Brings it up, and then you gotta
talk
forget about
to you. And when I'm trying to talk to you, you're just like, shut up. What the fuck? I'm trying to go to another place. Just follow.
No, it's not. It's forbidden. I'm sorry. You have been started with this claim. Carry on with the claim.
I'm trying to explain to you. If you're incapable of understanding it that way, then I'm gonna ship it in a different way. Maybe you get it.
Is that incapable or incapable? I mean, you picked up the other guy and
It's a
saying the
fucking
wrong.
Romanian like me. Don't worry, mate.
I know. It's just using a bit of him against him.
Right. So
let's go.
You have a chamber that has gas and it's connected to another chamber that has a vacuum. You open the valve between the two. What's gonna happen?
Mate, I'm second law of thermodynamics.
Forget about the fucking second law. I'm asking you from the perspective of thermodynamics.
This is a fucking different thing. Do you get it?
Yeah, let's talk about this different thing, eh?
I don't want to talk about this different thing because in this different thing, fucking hell, in out of space, the containers of gases, what we have in the thermosphere is not the same what we have here on the troposphere, my darling. On the troposphere, we have different gases and different. For example, nitrogen it's 80%. And hydrogen and oxygen is 20%. Up there is almost only helium and hydrogen. You don't know that, so fucking hell, learn it. The differences between our atmospheric levels, it's huge. Fucking hell.
Yeah, I know Romanians too damn fucking well. I can't talk to this guy. It's not gonna go anywhere. That I know for a fact. I've been next to these people all my life. I can guarantee it's not going anywhere.
Sounds like you just have no answers.
Yeah, whatever.
Sounds like you're running away, giving up the argument because you've got nothing.
It does, really. I mean, you're sort of trying to pretend that this is some sort of national thing. This is limited to Romanians in some way.
No, that's not what that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that
I can't talk to these people. I'm from there. I know what they're like. I can't talk to them. So
yeah,
everything you said was a reference to his nationality.
Exactly what you said, mate.
What's the problem with saying a fact?
Well, because now you're denying that fact. That's the problem.
I'm saying that people that behave like he does, I've known them for a lifetime, and I know they're never gonna change their minds.
Oh, please stay here, Andrew. You're funny.
Yes, because fucking hell, we have been on school, yeah? We have been on school. We have been finished the school teachings and doing something else.
That's why I was asking you how old you are, so I know what you've been taught.
Shut up! I have been finished the polytechnics on Cluj. Yes.
Okay, which
so
one?
After that, I have been done a master, and after that,
one?
I have been an engineer. Polytechnics, siderurgy.
Ok, siderurgie. Ok. What the fuck? Siderurgie, qual
Da.
Știința
și ingineria materialelor. Știința și ingineria materialelor.
He finished faculty that has something to do with materials and sewing them and connecting them and all that stuff. It has nothing to do
we have
with
it physics. We have it everything. What you need for
you remember the 10th grade and the 11th grade? They taught us about thermodynamics. Remember those?
Yeah. Well, what's about with thermodynamics from the 10th grade?
Yeah. Do you remember about everything they taught us?
Not everything, almost some parts of it.
Okay.
I'm not pretending because I'm remembering everything from the high school.
Okay. You do realize that every single problem we've done during school at thermodynamics hours always used a container. Each and every single problem we've ever
my darling.
had a container.
Darling, yes, because they wanted to explain it to you in a controlled environment. That's the different thing. Atmospheric is not a controlled environment.
Like
because he's Romanian, fucking hell, I can call him whatever I want.
no,
he's my friend.
Darling,
he's my patriot.
Letting you know that's not the right way to use.
Yeah, we in Romania, we're literally using the equivalent of balls from guy to guy. We're that fucking retarded. So it's okay. We're really stupid. Instead of saying "what's up, guy," we're saying "what's up, balls," but only in our language. It's really fucking stupid. Yeah, he just said it. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that at school you've only been shown something that then when it comes to the Earth in a vacuum of space, simply everything drops off. Every single problem, example, scenario you've been given simply goes away.
Can you please remember, because everything what it have been there presented, it have the gravity inside. Can you remember that? I wonder, do you remember it?
Yeah, and also, if you remember when they presented to us gravity, they simply said it's there because we know it's there, but we can't really prove why it's there and how it's working, but we just know it's there. That's exactly how they explained it to us.
Fantastically. You didn't know. So you haven't been on the 6th grade when they have been teaching you gravity.
Bro, they're never telling you what's causing gravity.
Two body of masses. Two body of masses. That's the answer.
No, that's not the answer.
Yes, that is the answer. So
two bodies of two masses attract one another in absolute vacuum. That's it.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
All right, how do you know that?
Fucking hell! Come on, mate. You're starting with chemo questions. I thought you were a little bit intelligent.
You're making a positive claim. You're saying that any two objects that have mass attract one another in an absolute vacuum.
You have been started to do. Shut
you
up.
made a positive claim. Provide evidence that two objects attract one another when they have inherent masses in a total vacuum.
Oh, so now we're talking like a flat earther. Okay, let's carry on. So Cavendish experiment. What's wrong with that? You're not going to
First of all,
prove
it's not an experiment, and it wasn't conducted in a vacuum.
So, okay, we're starting again. Flat earth subjects. Carry on. And why do you think we call you dumbasses?
Listen, mate, if you want to prove that two objects attract one another, you gotta make sure that there's nothing else in this universe that you did not find out and you cannot manipulate.
Is that why you're rejecting it as an experiment? Because of what quantum erasers told you to say?
It's not what QE told me, it's simply obvious logic. There's lots of things I do not know about.
So
QE won't agree that...
So what are your reasons for rejecting the experiment that definitely aren't from QE? Go ahead.
Oh, so now anything that it's from QE must be wrong.
I just want to point out that you're parroting QE.
Okay, well,
I think that should be pointed out.
I'll give one. So, for example, QE really doesn't like the ether, whereas I might kind of be inclined to think there's an ether, and I might say that one of the things that's actually causing that movement is ether.
However, we're currently talking about what is and what isn't a scientific experiment, and it appears what is a scientific
We were talking
experiment.
about the Cavendish so-called experiment.
Yeah, which you rejected because you said it wasn't an experiment.
Yeah, and that's...
and I was asking you why you were rejecting it.
Yeah, and I'm asking why. What the fuck?
Okay, and is the reason, I think we've agreed it is, that it's what Quantum Eraser told you to say.
I just told you one of the things we did not really find out about and we did not manipulate in that so-called experiment might be the ether, which is something QE doesn't like.
What's that got to do with the price of cheese? That's so what?
Dude, you asked me why I don't think it's an experiment. Here's one reason that has nothing to do with QE, because you said it has specifically to be something that has nothing to do with QE.
So all experiments must test ether, or they're not experiments. Is that your argument now, then?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay, so why is that a requirement for this experiment to be an experiment?
Because to begin with, you can't even conceive that two objects attract one another without being in a medium. We don't know what the medium is.
Well, how do you know that that's true?
Well, how do you know that that cannot be true?
Well, I don't need to. You
do have to.
No, hold on. You've just claimed it to be true. You need to now establish.
No, I didn't say I'm claiming.
You did say.
No, that's a straw man. I said I don't know. I have to make sure I'm controlling the medium to know for a fact. That's what I said. You're strawmanning me.
So which medium? So
no. Hold up. You did strawman me, dude.
No, I did not. You
Yes,
just
you did.
strawman me. Well, we can play it back and listen. I heard what you said.
Sure. Let's play it. I'm saying I don't know for a fact. I never said implicitly that I know for a fact that exists and it's causing something. I said it could exist and it could cause something. I need to know.
Right. So how would you go about testing for it?
No. Hold up. Because when I'm explaining now, you're saying that suddenly you did indeed strawman me. I want to know for a fact if you did or not.
I think you've changed what you've said, but I'll go with what you've just said. I'll go with that. That's no problem. So how do you know that that's true? What
do you mean how? What? the question doesn't make any sense. I'm simply saying I don't know what field there is through which these masses pull one another. I don't know
Okay,
the
so
field
how
in which
would
that's
you-
happening.
So if you're saying there's something there that wasn't tested for, that should have been tested for, how would you go about testing for it?
Well, I don't know. I really don't know how to prove there's an eater. I really don't know how to prove that things attract one another because of some fucking field. I didn't say I know how to
So
do it.
ultimately, then, your rejection of this experiment is for the reason you don't know.
My rejection to this so-called experiment, it's that it's not an experiment. It's not accounting for everything there is.
Oh,
That is not.
so how do you know that there is ether that has to be accounted?
No, I simply know there are fields.
Well,
right?
you just said you know that it's not accounting for everything that there is. That means there must be something that there is that you know, were your words, it's the experiment does not account for. So what is that thing, and how do you know of its existence?
Now, can I use other things that are actually from QE, or am I actually not allowed to do that because I'm a
Of course you
parent?
can. Of course you can. You just have to admit that they're from QE. No, you don't even have to admit.
I don't.
You just
I
have
don't
to
even
not.
understand
You
why
just
this
have
is
to
a
not
thing.
deny it when I point it out.
I understand, but why the fuck is it so? Why do you have to point out that somebody's using an argument and
Oh.
point out that it's from somebody else specifically?
Well,
What the
because
fuck?
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you the reason why. It's a good question. Because this definition of science, which you guys chuck around as if it's written in stone somewhere, comes only from him. He is the only human being on Earth that has originated this definition of what is and what is not science. Only him. No other human beings at all support this definition, except for the band of flat earthers who he has convinced that this is the truth. And you are one of them. So that's why I point it out, because he is the only human being that claims this to be true. And I think that that's important.
Well done, John, then. He's the first one to point it out. Very clever.
But he's also wrong, human.
But he's wrong. Do you think that might be? If he is the only person saying it, could it possibly be he's just wrong?
All right, Jem. So you're saying that that experiment is an actual experiment, and it's proving that two objects that have intrinsic mass attract one another in a field that we don't know about, or is there no need for a field for the two objects to attract one another?
Well, I haven't said any of those things. I'm just dealing
Okay,
with
so
what
are
said.
you saying? What is for you?
I'm saying that what you've said is bogus.
What are you saying then?
What you've said is bogus. That's what I'm
I
saying.
understand. I understand that. I'm saying that this so-called Cavendish experiment is not really proving anything to me. Now, I want to see what's proving to you. Maybe I can listen to it and actually understand why.
I understand you want to reverse the burden of proof because this hasn't been going too well for you. However, I'm not going to let you do that, however often you try. So that won't work.
No, it's not burden of proof. I'm just asking you, what is it proving to you so I understand what you are thinking it's actually happening. It's not about what burden of proof. You don't have to prove anything. I'm simply asking you, what is it proving to you?
You're reversing the burden of proof, dude, and you know.
You don't have to prove anything. I just want you to tell me what it's proving.
It's not my argument. It's Decodus's argument. He's welcome to continue it. I feel that my work with you is now done.
Oh, hold up. So for you, the Cavendish experiment is not proving that two objects that have intrinsic mass can attract one another in a non-existing field.
I don't need the Cavendish experiment. I don't need it.
Okay, so the actual direct answer is...
It's not a thing I need to present in an argument, and that's why this desperate, now very desperate attempt to lay it on me is not going to work, dude. But go ahead, Decodus. I did hijack that from you. Sorry.
No. It's all right. Don't worry. Don't.
It's rather entertaining.
So, mate, what's the problem with Cavendish?
What the fuck is it proving?
Mass attracting mass.
That's it. Mass attracting mass.
Yeah, one of them is not.
Okay, how the fuck does that happen?
Simply put two masses, let it to stay each other on the balanced way, and it's gonna attract each other.
Oh, that's it. The atmosphere has nothing to do. Electromagnetic
atmosphere?
fields have nothing to do. Magnetic
in
fields
the
have
controller?
nothing to do.
But
Fields have nothing to do.
So you know about magnetic fields. Explain it to me. What is gonna do magnetic fields?
We're not changing the subjects just because you want to. I'm playing Jim Panda's
but
game
you said
now.
you implied magnetic fields.
Yeah, buddy. I'm asking you, how can mass attract mass just like that?
Simply
Without any
because it's
field,
attracting.
without anything through which mass is attracting something else. How does it work?
Simply mass attract mass. Simply like that. If you don't believe it, do it yourself. Why is so hard to understand it?
Okay, so when I drop a thing, is that mass attracting mass?
Exactly.
And when is a
Everything
helium
is-
balloon going up, is that
everything-
mass attracting
everything
mass?
is- Everything
Yeah.
everything is physics, is mass, and
When a
and,
helium
energy.
balloon is going up, is that mass attracting mass?
Oh, you talk about gases. You know about everything about the gases. Let's go there if you want. Why the
Oh, so
helium balloon
suddenly
is
mass
going
do
up?
not attract mass when it comes to gases?
I'm talking you. I am talking you again. So, mass and energy, it's everything in physics. So, why the helium balloon is going up? I want to ask you.
That's not for me. I'm asking you because you said mass attracting mass is a thing. I'm asking you, where the fuck is this mass attracting mass in a helium balloon going up?
Maybe he doesn't understand the idea of mass attracting mass there.
Neither do I. How does the balloon go up if mass attracts mass, Decodus?
It's about the gases there, mate. I told him it's about gases.
So the balloon.
So it's a different thing.
Oh, so mass do not attract mass when it comes to gases.
Gases don't have
No,
mass.
they are attracting. No, they have mass.
What do you mean
They are
gases don't
attracting each
have
other.
mass? Kimo, what?
They are attracting each
Gases
other,
don't
but
have mass.
I'm asking Decodus if it has mass or not.
Yes, they have mass.
So why is it mass attracting mass?
So, if you want to take the helium,
Come on, Spurs,
Yeah.
you know.
if you want to take the helium
Doing this
atoms
long enough.
and
G'day,
and
Waz.
how the
G'day.
helium, so how the helium is formatted and molecules of helium are formatted, and you're gonna apply everything what we know about the gases. 1 second, let me switch from the phone to.
I didn't understand what you said then, but you said mass attracts mass, but the mass of the gas is not attracting mass. How do you explain that?
So, helium. We're gonna go to the helium.
No, no matter
Helium.
what it is, it's mass is not attracting mass.
Yes, mass is attracting mass in all the cases, even in gases.
Why is
That's
helium
why.
going-
That's why you have bounces of molecules of gases, and the oxygen is going up in the stratosphere and is forming O3. If
Why
you
would it
know
go
it,
up?
it's
Because
ozone.
mass attract mass. That's
Yes.
because that's why.
No. But do you want to starting point of an example or not?
Yeah, the gas is not attracting to the mass. Why?
It's attracting to the masses.
Why is it going away?
All the
from
masses.
Why is it going away from the mass then?
But helium, if you're gonna take it as the chemical component, helium, it's extremely lighter. Yeah, it's exactly like the hydrogen.
They have
If you
mass.
take it, if 1 second, if you take it from the Mendeleev table, chemistry table, helium it have 2 electrons. Yeah, so in according to other gases that are surrounding us, it's very light and it's gonna go up. That's why we're losing hydrogen and helium from our atmosphere.
I got a question for the Globers. Do you guys entertain stupidity from other Globers, or do you actually stop stupid Globers from actually being stupid? Because he's objectively dumb and he doesn't know what the
He's
fuck
not
he's talking
dumb.
about. Now, what he's saying
Just
is
because you're
objectively
proposing
wrong.
a question here
No,
where
he
it involves
doesn't
point
know what he's
divorce, and
talking
he hasn't said
about.
that, right? And you just blindly go, mass attract mass.
What, under all
No,
circumstances?
listen,
Of course
this
not. This is
guy
no different to
is
your
full
shitty
of
arguments
shit.
with how do butterflies to fight
It's
I'm
not
rounders.
his fault.
This is just a reformation of
I'm
the
just
same
asking,
bollocks.
bro. I'm just asking Other Globers to pick the discussion from here because he doesn't know what he's talking about.
It's not his fault. You do not.
He does know what he's talking about. You're not giving him the chance to answer, and for some reason you're trying to invoke the room to attack him. You can fuck off with that.
I was
Yeah,
trying
it
to
won't
make
work.
you guys help him, but
No, you've
whatever.
completely changed it so you don't have to listen to him.
So, when you talk about gases, it's about what gases is lighter and what gases is gonna be heavier. So it's 100% mass there, mate. That's why the helium is going up, because the mass of the helium is extremely light, and it's gonna go up all the time. It's
And
gonna
who's
be
attracting
and
that mass?
it's gonna be attracted and affected by the atmosphere. But
How? How
in
come?
it's attracted.
Okay, so it's going up because
the gravitational forces of the gravity is applied to every gases.
hold up. All
Unfortunately.
right, so you said mass attracts mass. So when those atoms that you're talking about are going up in the atmosphere,
It's about
what mass?
molecules now, atoms forming molecules, and you're gonna
Molecules.
find that with Avogadro numbers how many things you need it inside. So
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
6.022 times 10 to the power 23. Yeah, I
Okay,
know.
yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to teach me this stuff. I'm simply asking you, what's the mass that's attracting those molecules? Because you don't want to play with atoms. Fine. It's the mass up in the sky that's attracting hydrogen to go up? What's that? What's the mass? Because you said mass attracts mass. So
Yes.
what's the mass up there in the sky attracting this mass of hydrogen up in the sky?
Can I respond to that?
No, because I offer you guys a chance to stop him talking. Now you don't have any more chances. It's gonna go through.
Fuck
I
off,
gave
mate.
you
It doesn't
one.
work like that. You don't.
No,
you don't
no,
just
fuck off,
arbitrarily
mate.
say, I will only accept his answer.
Nope, I'm only listening to him now.
And now take taxis.
You
Okay.
can't save him. You're not saving him now. He's going
mate,
to. I
mate,
gave
mate,
you
mate.
all a chance.
One
He's going now.
second. So, mate, you understand? You understand? Because everything that's gonna have mass is gonna have pressure, and you're gonna have gradual
What
pressure.
the fuck did you just say?
Everything what's gonna have mass is gonna produce pressure.
No, you said everything that has mass is gonna have pressure.
Is gonna
What
produce
the
pressure.
fuck is that?
Well,
No,
he
he's-
changed to a better word.
Is gonna
which was
produce
pressure.
pressure. Everything what's gonna have mass
So
is gonna
anything that
produce
has
pressure.
mass is gonna produce pressure. Can you give me a citation of that?
1 second.
Ever been sat on by a fat woman?
I genuinely find out who the fuck in the field of science says that anything that has mass produces pressure. I'm genuinely fucking curious. I'm boiling hot right now. I want to know
So
more.
what is pressure in your case?
No,
What
give me the citation that
What-
mass
what-
can
what-
produce pressure.
what is pressure in
Any
your
mass, actually.
What is pressure?
We're not going away from my question. You said that any masses can produce pressure according to the
He's
second
responding to
definition
your
you've read.
question.
No, I want a citation.
But
Why?
pressure is not forces per area.
Go and find one.
Bruh,
Pressure is not forces per area.
listen to me. Give me a citation that any mass, quote, any mass can cause pressure.
Yes. What is mass, mate? It's a force or not?
Who the fuck is saying mass is a force?
So, force per area. What is that?
That's mass, according to Newton.
That's pressure, mate. Force per area.
Oh, area, sorry, I thought acceleration. I'm dumb. Yeah, that's pressure.
Okay. So, mass can produce pressure.
Dude, I want you to give me a citation that any mass can produce pressure. Not that in formulas it's saying that. Because it's like saying it's like saying velocity can produce time. What the fuck? You understand what I'm saying? It's like saying I don't know. Let me think of something else. The constant of elasticity in a spring can produce well, actually, that can produce force. That's a bad example. And that actually is a bad example because it's defined that way. You're literally saying speed can produce time. That's literally what you're saying. Just because it's defined that way. That's what you're saying. You said that any mass can produce pressure.
1 second. 1 second. Let me see what I have something on my computer.
To be fair, I don't think like just some random like rock floating in space has any pressure.
Yeah, I kind of agree that matter in a vacuum will not produce any pressure, but no, I just want a citation from this moron saying that any mass can produce pressure.
You're talking about internal or external pressure?
Oh no, we're not going there, Frost. Don't ask him that. I'm really baffled by the fact that all globers are like, if you're a glober, you can't be wrong. This is really stupid to me. Like, there's many times when flat earthers just jump out of flat earthers
in your head with these things you're thinking.
Just let me finish. There's many times
to yourself, man.
Thank you. There's many times when flat earthers are jumping on over and other flat earthers because they're dumb. It's really funny and amazing that you globers never, no matter what the fuck a glober says, no matter how fucking stupid it is, because what he's saying, he said at least 7 things. I counted them. At least 7 things that are really fucking dumb. But nobody says anything.
You were only accepting answers from him.
Listen, there's nothing wrong in saying a glober is wrong.
And there's wrong, isn't there? And there's much more serious wrong to deal with.
I understand, Jim.
Even if he is wrong, and that's just your opinion at the moment. But what we all know for sure that is very, very wrong is people who think the Earth's flat. They're incredibly wrong.
I understand that, Jim.
If there's any other wrong going on, it is overshadowed by the gross wrong of people thinking the Earth is flat.
Jim, I understand your point, but that's a red herring because what I'm pointing to is little things that he's objectively wrong. And everybody, instead of even rectifying them, what your point actually is that you don't want to go on and jump explaining how he's stupid. Because actually, if I'm paying attention, the reason why you answered the way you answered was to hide the fact that he was dumb.
Well,
and he said dumb shit.
I think that you are using the technique that you are describing to hide the fact that you are dumb. Because all you're doing is telling us that he's wrong 7 times over, but at no point have you pointed out any of the things that you think he's wrong about. And that would be the way to proceed in a debate.
Literally for 15
minutes. But what
minutes
you've done is given up on it. I'm not going to show him where he's wrong. I'm just going to proclaim it to the world and complain that they aren't doing anything about it.
Jim, I've been demanding
in a debate.
Hold up, I'm answering. I've been demanding a direct citation of any mass can produce pressure. I've been asking for this fucking thing for the last 15 minutes. That's just one of them.
About the last 3 minutes, but you know,
whatever. If that's literally your fucking rebuttal to my point, then really did. Anyway,
but that isn't the point you're making, is it?
Yeah, my point that I'm making actually.
I asked for a citation and you haven't provided it. Your point is,
what I'm saying
you are
is
wrong 7 times over, and the people in this room are
you
not
can even
reprimanding
read
you.
Nick, okay? Nick has said like 4 times in the chat that Dakota's fucked up. He said, I can look. I'll go up and then point it out.
I'm sure I said those exact words. Or are you paraphrasing?
Oh, sorry. Bizarre. Said at 22 minutes after the hour, and Dakota's fucked it.
So why are you complaining, Andrew? The people are saying that.
No, what I'm saying
So somebody did say he was wrong then.
What? Listen, what I'm saying is that I'm seeing everybody else. They're acting as if he's a god and everything he's saying is right, just because
just allowing him to proceed with the argument and not interfering because it's interesting to listen to, and it's fine.
All I'm pointing is that globers always take the back of all the other globers, regardless of what the fuck they're saying.
Well, clearly that's not true because you've just provided an example of where it isn't. So
one second. What is mass in your case?
Oh my god! No, we're not going there, buddy.
No. Mass is not a force.
If you're asking me if mass is a force, I'm really not gonna have this discussion. I'm sorry. You can talk with anybody, but I'm not.
Because you can't answer.
That's the dumbest fucking question I've heard in my entire life. That's why I'm not gonna answer. Who the fuck says mass is a force?
So, it's not a
What
force.
the fuck? It's like a piece of mass is force.
I just agree that it's not a force then.
No, I'm not gonna answer to a dumb fucking question.
Oh, 1 second. 1 second. So we have been talking about gases, yes?
Yes.
My friend, we have been talking about gases. Am I
Yes.
right? Okay. So can you explain to me why this formula and everything what is here? Do you have the chat?
Yeah, which of these ones do you want me to explain to you?
So if you have a mass that is gonna be applied to that's into a
Dude, I
gas,
know
yeah?
all the formulas. It's fine. You don't have to give me that. I can cite them all by my memory. It's fine. Trust me. I know
So-
everything that is there. What I'm telling you, and the rebuttal to your point, was literally that speed equals distance over time. And according to your logic, speed can generate time. That's how fucking
I
stupid.
never implied something like that.
No, that's what you're actually saying. When you're saying that mass can cause pressure, it's like saying just because in a formula they exist, you can say the speed of light can cause energy. Or like, I don't know, the speed of light can cause time or some fucking dumb shit. It's like just because they both exist in a formula, it means that one can cause the other. That's where the fuck did you get that from?
You wanted a citation. Am I right or wrong?
I wanted a citation that mass can produce pressure, not that mass and pressure exist in the same formula, because I know those formulas. You don't have to provide me that.
So what's wrong with this that I have been provided to you?
Do you? Nah, oh my. This is so exhausting. Do you understand that because in a formula, on the left of the equal sign and on the right of the equal sign, there's some signs. It doesn't mean that one causes
But do you
the other.
understand what I have been put in there?
Do you genuinely want me to take my fucking books and take pictures of what I'm doing?
Oh, I really don't care what you're doing.
Yeah, I
But
can
do you
show you
understand-
all those fucking formulas in one page. You want me to show you that?
Do you understand what I have been posted there?
Yeah!
So what is that?
What do you want me to explain?
Whatever you see there. Start with whatever point you want.
And I've been listening to this for about 15 minutes now. Could you maybe think about changing your tone? I don't know what you're so upset about or why you have to be such a dick, but you're frustrated. That's fine. But we're all adults here. Let's just like rein it in a bit. It's getting a little bit annoying to listen to.
It's because Jem upset him a little bit.
No, it's not Jem. At least Jem has some logic in what he's saying, but Dakotas just cannot follow anything. And I'm just wasting my time and energy.
engaging with him and insisted you only engage.
Because you guys don't even jump saying once and for fucking all
So
Dakota,
stop
shut
crying
up.
about it,
You're
Andrew.
full of shit.
He's a lot cleverer than I am, so I'm not even in a position to do that. So
What the fuck? You don't know those formulas?
no, I don't.
Really?
Useless at that stuff.
You don't know those formulas?
Fuck's sake, how many times does he have to say?
Again, let me. I can write it down if you're likely to forget.
No, I'm
it.
just fascinated that you generally don't know those things.
If somebody didn't take science or isn't, in
No,
some way-
like this is listen. This is what we learn literally in the
You're not a
grade.
science major. You don't learn this stuff.
No, it's not. Dude, in my country.
But 7th grade for me was 40 years ago, dude.
You're insane, dude. No 7th grader learns the ideal gas law. It just doesn't happen.
Right.
Yes, we do.
No, you don't. What country do you live
No,
in?
you don't. You learn it on the university, mate. You don't
Yeah,
learn
what
it
country do you
on
live
high
in?
school.
What country? I'll look it up.
Okay, I'll tell you now, Dakotas, they're in Romania nowadays. When you, for example, finish the 9th grade, you know about everything you should know when it comes to physics and
No, you don't.
general basic stuff.
You're
Okay,
delusional.
very good for you.
That,
Can you
that's
tell me?
your
Can you tell me?
fucking country.
Can you tell me what's my point? What I have been presented to you? Why the masses cannot produce pressure?
Tell me when in your picture does it say mass produces pressure?
But I'm talking about the kilogram per joules, mate. You take a look there on R, the constant value.
Kilograms per joule?
Kilojoules per kilogram.
What the fuck is that?
R, the constant value of the each gas.
Dude, R is measured in joules divided by moles times K. Are you fucking insane?
Take a look there, mate. What I have been put there.
What the fuck? You don't even know what R is. Okay, define R constant for me, please.
Fucking unbelievable, mate. Mate, you're insane. I have been
You
posted there
just said
something.
joules. Listen, because I'm schooling you.
I have been talking about what is there. What is there? Fucking hell.
Yeah,
Read it.
I can see the R constant is 8.31, and if I remember correctly, it's 0.7, but whatever. Joules divided by moles times Kelvin. You said kilograms divided by joules. What the fuck is that unit?
Mate. Take a look what I have. Did you look at all what I have been posted?
You know, if you're pretending you know those things by the insides out, I'm not going to talk to you because you definitely don't know at all. I mean, you might know some of it, but you're nowhere close to what I understand about these formulas.
Mate, did you see what I have been posted?
Yeah, I saw it, and you just said it's kilograms divided by joules, which doesn't even fucking exist.
Kilojoules, man.
Wow, you multiplied by 1,000. Congratulations. What the fuck? In the International System of Reference, it's defined by joules, okay? The only thing that has a K, it's kilograms. That's the only one in the International System of References.
Oh, really?
In case you didn't know that.
Is that true?
Yes, it is.
What do they use for Kelvin again? I forget.
Yeah, listen. So in the
wait,
international,
I do know. I'm sorry. I remember it's a K. That's right.
You know, take a look there down.
Listen,
what
so
I
in
have
the
been posted.
international
R
system,
equal constant value for each gases, and take a look what I have been posted, please. Why you're still avoiding? I know what it's R.
Okay,
it's joule,
what?
Joule per mole per Kelvin. I know it. 8.31. Everybody knows it if they have been done it a little bit of physics. Okay, but take a look what I have been posted down there, please.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
why is it so hard to do it?
I'm looking at it. You just keep on saying nonsense, things that doesn't even exist. But anyway, what do you want me to look at the 10th time?
For the air, mate.
The what?
The air, constant value for each gases, and
What do
down
you
you
want to
have a
look at,
number.
Dakota? I don't even know what you want to look at. What exactly are you trying to point him at?
Air from downstairs, the air.
What about the R
You posted
value?
something. You said you posted something.
Yeah, it's 34 minutes after the hour. He posted it 7 minutes
Okay,
ago.
I'm
8
looking at it.
minutes ago.
So there's two R's there. Do you mean the R constant or do you mean the little R?
Constant from for
What
each gases.
liter R?
The little R.
The
is
down liter R.
Actually, that's stupid. That should be rho in Latin, but whatever the fuck.
Yes, but
Yeah, well,
it's
often
R.
lowercase letters are used to replace those because keyboards don't have them.
Anyway.
So
Okay,
you're
so
number one
what about
constant.
the R one? What about it?
To have a starting point in discussion about the masses that is going to be applied to the gases in the air for air.
No, we were talking about how masses can cause pressure. And I'm still trying to find out where the fuck it's saying that masses can cause pressure.
On the high altitude, what gases do you have, mate? High altitude. In atmosphere.
Dude, I don't know. Tell me, enlighten me.
Okay, hydrogen and helium. Go downstairs. What you gonna have?
I don't know. Tell me.
So everything what you have it in layers is gonna produce a little bit of pressure down to the earth and closer to the troposphere. You're not gonna feel it, but it's there. It's gonna be a little pressure. So those gases are producing pressure downstairs because of the mass and the acceleration force of the Earth.
You said
That was my point.
your point was that a mass can cause fucking pressure. My point was
you take it literally. I was specifically talking about the atmosphere, and I don't know why you have been taking it so dumb, because the mass is going to produce something, and I have been asking you after that, what is the definition of pressure, and I have been telling you.
I'm so annoyed because you're acting as if you understand the terms. And if you're gonna annoy me more, I'm gonna prove to everybody you don't know a single term. You want me to do that?
I'm not gonna have this. I'm not gonna have this dishonest discussion with you. When we have been talking about the atmosphere, and after that,
You're talking about energy in gases. Cool. Define for me 1 joule, please.
So before you guys start playing that game, let me ask a question, because I'm trying to catch up.
Hold up! I want him to define a joule because he kept on using it. I want to know if he actually
I'm not gonna have this discussion with the dumb idiot fucking hell who's extremely dishonest.
I'm dishonest in asking questions.
You jump from a point to another point. That's why I have been put it the constant.
I actually did. Yes, I agree.
Because we have been talking about the atmosphere, and why we have been losing the helium, and I have been explaining to you why we're losing hydrogen and helium, because it's up there and they're light gases. The discussion is have been going from there, and now you're switching. I don't know what you want to do, but fucking hell, you're so a moron. Every time when you try to explain something, you just attack points, but you don't take take real discussions that have been there.
You invoke thermodynamics formulas, and I wanted to prove to everybody that you don't know shit about what you're actually talking about.
So I don't want to present anything because it's not a debate for him, is it?
But it is. But what he's saying, I mean, I don't really know what you mean exactly by causes when you say mass cause. But this is true, right? Pivnert, this equation that we learned in the ideal gas laws. Pivnert, the N is a mass measurement, right? The N is like the amount of gas, the number of moles or something, right?
No, it's N divided by. Well, let me remember. It's N divided by the volume. It's how many molecules you have in that specific volume. If you're talking about that N, there's multiple N's. Are you talking about that one?
Go ahead.
So I said a 1N, at least in my books, big N is defined as, you can define it in multiple ways. So for example, the number of moles is defined as N divided by Avogadro's number. And also little n is divided by big N divided by the volume. That the gas.
There's an alternate. See, I think there's the way I remember it is there's the N is a measure of the amount of gas. And there's an alternate version of Pivnert, which actually uses mass in the equation. And
sure, because the number of moles equals mass divided by its mole, or whatever the fuck it's called.
And then so that means so when you say, so here's what I don't fully understand what you guys are debating. So we can write an equation which is going to be pressure equals a bunch of stuff, times the mass.
Yeah.
And so what do you mean that's different than that when you say mass doesn't cause pressure? It's an essential part of pressure. It's part of the equation to define pressure. What do you mean by it doesn't cause pressure if it's in that equation?
Yeah, but you see, that's like saying distance causes speed, or that time causes speed.
So time there's a sense in which time does cause speed. Right?
See, you used the word there, Scott. You said there's a sense.
Yeah.
The code has never fucking mentioned that. He said straightforward that masses cause pressure.
Well, okay, I guess so. It sounds like it's mostly about semantics, but there's something relevant. It's something relevant about the fact that you need, for this pressure, the way we define pressure, the way we talk about gas pressure, without the mass, there won't be any pressure, right? It's the requisite part of the story.
Now, really, when we're talking about pressure, just to get rid of this stupid discussion. So when we're talking about pressure, we're generally talking about gases in a container. That's what we can experience, and that's what we have problems with, and we do tests with, and that's all we're doing.
For ideal gas laws, that's definitely what we're doing. We also talk about atmospheric pressure, but yes, for the ideal gas laws.
Sure, but when we're talking about proving whether or not the atmosphere is in a container, you cannot use it as to prove that it is in a container, because that's circular logic. So.
That wasn't what I thought we were talking about, but we talk about pressure. We talk about in a container when we're doing ideal gas laws for sure. But that's not the only time we talk about pressure. Is my only point. But yeah.
Sure, and to simply put it, pressure is simply what we've defined. It's something that doesn't. Sure, it does exist in a sense, but the way we've defined it, it's not actual. Just like force is not a truly actual thing. It's the way we define it.
That's right. Force is a way of something that we've made up. It's a way for us to talk about.
Right. Same as speed. I mean, sure, things move, but there's no such thing as speed. It's just something we've defined to be in a way.
Totally, I agree.
And that's what I wanted from Dakotas for like 1 fucking hour or however long it was, to just shut up and realize what he's actually saying. And I'm really pissed that nobody just jumped in and was like, okay, just stop it. You're off the rails. Chill. I mean, and people are like, because see, this is the stupid thing. Any flat earther, no matter what he says, he must be wrong when he's debating a glober just because he's a flat earther. This to me is really stupid. There's many times when I've heard flat earthers debate globers, and I said to the flat earth guy that he's dumb as fuck to a point because he was dumb as fuck. It doesn't matter to me what position somebody has when it comes to the validity of an argument.
Of course. And it's true that sometimes people do get carried away. They get in a rhythm of denying somebody that they have decided is wrong about everything, and they'll catch themselves out. I've seen it happen over and over. It happens on both sides. They'll catch themselves out denying the next thing, which happens to be true, because they're just so used to denying everything at this point that they've just like started knee-jerking. That does happen.
Andrew, do you understand that if you say somebody's dumb as fuck, like you say, actually, it would be nice if you actually demonstrated in which way they are dumb.
Okay. We're you know what, Harley? I'm not. I'm just.
Because you're just saying that they're dumb.
Okay. I'm sorry. He's not dumb as fuck. I'm not gonna prove. I was wrong. I was full. Just get over it. I'm not gonna spend time.
I mean, I'm a global.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I'm not saying that I know everything, because if I hear a discussion, somebody's telling the other party that they are dumb, I would actually like to find out in which way they are dumb. You're just saying that he's dumb doesn't actually explain anything.
I've been explaining for the last half an hour. I don't even fucking know anymore.
All I've heard is just saying that he's dumb.
Yeah, and arguing semantics and which way he used a particular term
semantics,
because of a language barrier.
It's a really important thing when it comes to science.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Buddy, when we use words in science, we gotta be very precise what we're saying. Very precise.
You're having an argument based on a guy with somewhat of a language barrier that doesn't win fucking arguments.
For example,
I've been listening, and this is the first time I chimed in. So don't fucking tell me no.
Patrick, he said the R value is measured in kilograms divided by joules. That's the dumbest shit I've heard in my life.
Idiot, I have pointed to you. Take a look on the final R that it's on the thing that I have been posted. I didn't say because the fucking R that it's on the equation, it's whatever I have been said. I have been pointed to you. Go to the for air on the down what I have been posted. I didn't say because the fucking R it's something else. R, if you want it, I'm gonna say it to you. It's 8.31 joules per mole per Kelvin degrees. So what the fuck is wrong?
I think mostly that was some sort of miscommunication between you guys.
No, listen. First of all, he said, I'll say one last time, he said kilograms divided by joules. He said mass divided by energy.
Kilojoules per kilogram per Kelvin downstairs.
You said kilograms divided by joules the first time.
So he misspoke. I
didn't misspoke it. I have been talking about what I have been posted.
When somebody says that the R value is defined as mass divided by energy, they don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Idiot! I have been posted something, and I have been talking about what I have been posted down on the postage. And you didn't take a look.
What does joule divided by mole divided by Kelvin mean?
I'm not gonna have this discussion with an idiot like you fucking hell, because I have it enough. You just take things and you imply it because I have been saying something, and you wave it around. Fucking hell! You don't want to have to on this discussion with you. I'm not gonna have it. You're a fucking moron.
Is now anybody gonna pick on him calling me a fucking moron for no reason? I guess no. because he's a global, right?
No,
Exactly
you're
why.
allowed to
At
call
this
people
point, I feel-
morons in here.
Yeah, I feel like you guys have both gone far enough down the road that neither one of you are looking good in terms of the insults.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you he's a Romanian. We do that. That's why I didn't even start.
Well, that's why we haven't called it out, and you're now complaining that we haven't called it out, right? You've insulted him. You've insulted his intellect over and over and over again, haven't you? And nobody said a word about it. We've drawn attention to it because it's your argument, but not. We're not telling you off for insulting him.
I may have said. I mean, I was getting tired of hearing the yelling, and so I did say something like, "Can we just calm it down?" But I feel like that's pretty lightweight.
I think we can all agree that Andrew won the debate.
Andrew literally complains about something and then does it in the next breath.
Mate,
it's a massive.
I'll give you this one. Okay, so in my country, it's a pretty big thing when you're in a pretty high-end high school and college. You go to Olympics, right? In physics. These motherfuckers, if you use any term wrong, if you've used one constant and define it in a wrong way, you're fucked. You're gonna have to repeat an entire year. Listen to me. I'm telling you how it is in Romania.
We don't doubt it.
Listen,
Don't doubt that.
that's why I was so frustrated with this guy because
you're a cunt and you're not in an Olympiad right now.
Can you just? You want me to take the picture with the medals too?
No, but we
No,
believe
we don't
it.
care.
We believe it. But here's the point: is that's not now, and so you're applying a standard in a Discord casual debate server that maybe isn't appropriate, and it's frustrating you maybe a little too much.
But that's what he does. He uses movies to prove that space flights in NASA are all fake.
Oh my god!
Standard Olympiad technique.
And he's a drama queen.
Weird how often sci-fi movies get referenced by flat earthers as proof of something.
But wait,
hold up. You can't go to Olympics, so you go to the local level. Then we have something called Judece, that's like states, and then you have the national one, and then you have the international one.
I think all countries have this. We all have it.
Yeah. So when Queen is asking me if I went to the Olympics, it's not a big fucking thing. You just go there, and then if you go over the local one, you go to the state one, and I once went over the state one, went to the national one, and then it's really fucking hard to go to international one, but national one is pretty decent anyway.
I have to ask Andrew, if you went to national Olympiads for your country, which I believe, then why
only
would you
once,
think,
only once.
Okay, only once, but why would you think NASA's faking space travel?
Well, during the time I was going to those contests and was heavily indoctrinated by all those formulas, I was thinking it's all legit.
Yeah, but you still understand it,
doesn't
right?
answer the
Like,
question, mate.
You still know it, and I'm wondering, why do you think NASA? I mean, are you somebody who doesn't think?
Yeah, well, you see, here's the thing. I still know the formulas that I know, and I still use them because, sure, they're working. They're not really representing the causes of things, but they're working when it comes to technology and actually measuring things and doing things. But you see, if I think that the Earth is flat and we're not feeling any movement because we're stationary and we have gas pressure because there's a container, that is in perfect harmony with what I've been told. Well, that's the funny thing, because when they define gas pressure, yeah, thank you for telling me what they're teaching me at school, buddy.
So undetectable containers were part of what you were told, and that's in perfect harmony, is it?
Okay, so Jem, what they're telling us is that whenever we're talking about gas pressure, we're talking about gas in a container, right? So when I say the Earth is flat and the atmosphere is in a container, that is just simply taking what I've been taught at school and applying it without any ego and any.
It requires a completely undetectable container that is undetectable in any way that we know of in physics, right?
And because it's undetectable, it means it's not there.
Well, I'm just wondering how you account for it.
I simply know
that it's undetectable.
Yeah.
And yet it has to be there, and yet also all this stuff has to be in perfect harmony with everything that you were taught.
No, I was asked by Scott how come I believe such a thing when I know all those formulas, and I'm saying there's nothing in contradiction contradiction with saying we're not spinning, therefore you're not feeling any movement, and there's a container, therefore there's gas pressure. There's nothing in physics. Nothing. Listen, I just want to say that, and then you can go.
Can I get a word in edgewise? Can I get a word in edgewise, Andrew?
Okay.
There is, though, because there's two things I'm going to ask about. I guess three things. One is I was trying to ask you this question, which is, are you somebody who doesn't believe that rockets can work in space? Don't answer that yet, but that is what I was trying to get at. The second thing is that the gradient that we have in the atmosphere is fundamentally different than what you have with the ideal gas laws and pressure in a container. This is deeply different. And moreover, you know that the pressure in a container that you have from the ideal gas laws is one of the 5 assumptions that you make in order to talk about ideal gas laws. Because remember, the word ideal means not actually true. Like
the assumptions you make to gases is that they're perfectly equally equidistant.
Make 5 assumptions
to the molecules. That's the first one you're making.
That's one. There's 5 of them, and one of them involves having the container. Now, when you're out in the atmosphere, if you've ever taken any kind of physics relating to the environment, you know that when we talk about that pressure, we do not talk about it in a container. We talk about it as the weight of the atmosphere in a column, moving down due to gravity. And there's entire lots and lots of people talk about that. That's entire part of science, which is this kind of pressure, which is different than ideal gas law pressure. And so when you say, well, it's consistent, I guess it doesn't seem consistent with me because of the gradient and the fact that you have this whole other section of pressure that we talk about, which does not involve containers whatsoever.
It's simply consistent to me because every single instance in which I've seen gas pressure was with gas in a container. It's that simple. That's why it's so consistent with me, because I know that a necessary antecedent to gas pressure is a container.
But you haven't in the container. You haven't seen it with a gradient, I presume. Not measured it with the gradient. And so, how do you explain? What do you think is going on with the gradient in the atmosphere?
That's kind of derailing from the discussion. I could come up with
no, it's not.
Yes, it is, because we're talking about the container, not about the different.
No, you're talking about gas pressure.
I think the gradient shows us that the container is not required for the atmosphere, because if it was required, we wouldn't have a gradient.
Yeah, Scott, I understand you could go on. See, look, I could go on myself and say it could be that there's no container. Sure, I can say that and I can agree with you. The problem is, it simply makes infinite more sense to assume that the thing I already know it's true, which is gas pressure because of a container, is true. And so I'm just going to stick with it. If anybody wants to say there's gas pressure because there's no container, maybe it could be done. I don't know. But I haven't seen anybody actually showing me. So until anybody's actually going to show it me, I'm not going to believe it.
Have you ever seen the inside of a fusion reactor?
No, I've never seen the inside of a fusion reactor with my bare eyes. Did you?
Not with your bare eyes, with a video of it.
Oh, sure. I've seen many. Why?
Because that shows a gas pressure next to a vacuum, without a physical barrier.
Really? Show me a side view 2D image. I really want to see that.
You said you've seen it.
Yeah, and to the best of my knowledge, I've never seen such a thing. So I guess I don't know what you're talking about. Please show me.
When you said you've seen the inside of a fusion reactor, what did you think I meant?
I really didn't think about gas pressure next to vacuum. That's certainly not what I thought. I thought you're talking about the 3D model of it and how things are arranged and the carbon rods and the barn rods and all those things, not vacuum next to gas. I really did not expect you to say that. So show that to me, really. I was thinking about.
I'll look at the video and I'll post it.
Pushing a turbine and generating and all that kind of stuff. All right.
About fusion, not fission.
Oh, hold up. This is
Just wondering if anyone can gas be contained without a physical container by force, for example?
Yeah, absolutely.
What force is that?
What thoughts today? I don't know. Any old force, any sort of force that could do it.
Oh yeah, someone's already posted the video. Sorry to interrupt.
Shit, hold up. I gotta activate Windows.
What forces do you know of that can contain gas pressure?
Gravity.
You're asking me?
Are there any others?
Okay, can you no. Can you show me? Can you produce gravity, and can you produce it in such a way so that it's attracting the atmosphere?
Why are you saying no?
You're saying no.
Someone said no.
I think it was Andrew.
Oh, Andrew said no, I believe.
I think that was me, actually.
So any force can do it, Merle, but it needs to be persistent. It needs to be sort of ongoing, and that's what makes gravity so, that's one of the reasons why gravity can and does do it, because it's never ending.
So the definition of a gas pressure...
Would it be possible? Would it be difficult to produce a force that required a large amount of mass, like a huge amount of mass?
Hot mic, Merle. You need to close your mic and giggle.
Greg, what the fuck, mate?
It's pretty funny.
What's so
You
funny?
can go on your own if you just mute.
Beach talking about gravity. Oh, it's classic.
Come
I
on,
love
you can't
it.
think that's that funny. You've heard that 100 times. Like, that's not new to you.
To be honest, it's still kind of funny, but
What's funny about it? I mean, you guys know that gravity exists. You know that gravity.
oh no, mate! All I know is that things go down and
Okay,
some
good
things
enough.
go up because of
Good enough.
relative density. That's
Whatever
all I
the
know.
cause. Whatever the cause. I mean, truth
Sorry,
is
Ross.
relative density.
Well,
is the
hold up.
fucking
Now
thing.
you're just changing it. You said that we know gravity exists, and now you're saying whatever the cause might be.
Well, a force exists which moves things down. Yeah.
No, there's
Why not?
something making things go down. That's the only
That's what
thing
I just
know.
said. That's by force.
No, you said
by
force.
definition. By definition, mass accelerating is a force, right? F equals ma. So if mass is going down, accelerating down, then we know there's a force going down. Right? Oh, seriously, you gotta mute yourself, buddy.
I got problems with KMS Auto. It doesn't want to activate my Windows. Fuck
Well,
this shit.
anyway, it seems straightforward to me that means there's a force. We call that force gravity. The cause is murky at best, and what you guys call relative density, it's sort of a little bit of a quibble. It's like
How
really,
would gravity?
That's a buoyancy force and a gravity force working together there. But
How would gravity contain pressure when it can't hold someone's foot to the ground?
Well, because the person that has their foot to the ground is using a muscle when they lift their foot up, right? So they're beating gravity by applying a force of their own. The gas, the only force that it's going to have is the kinetic forces it has from bouncing off of each other. And so gravity's pulling those things down, and they don't have any muscles. They don't have wings. They don't have things that are going to overcome gravity for them. So they're going to settle because of the gravity force. Now, if you didn't have muscles, you'd be like you'd be stuck to the ground. So it's like that.
And where's it coming from? The center of the Earth?
No, it comes from every particle of the Earth and connects to every other particle out there. You can basically average it. You can consider it coming from the center of the Earth, and it works out to be the same mathematically. But technically, it's actually coming from all parts of the Earth, at the same time. But then if you just decide, okay, mathematically, I'm going to pretend like it's coming from the center of mass, it actually works out to be the same.
The last question, where is gravity? Is it in the air?
It's everywhere.
As well? It's everywhere.
Everywhere.
It's just,
I mean,
it's just everywhere.
I think technically, and I think this is something to giggle about, but I think it's a true statement, is there's a force, according to the model that we currently have, there's a force that exists between every molecule of mass in the universe and every other molecule of mass in the universe. So there's something between you and everything in you and me and all of us. Most of that stuff is so infinitesimally small that it doesn't even really register in reality, I don't think. But it in principle, it's all there. It's all connected.
Gravity is actually not a force if you believe in Einstein.
Well, you can believe in Einstein and still treat it like a force. You're in a Newtonian paradigm. You can act like it's a force. It's a force in a Newtonian paradigm. Remember, force is something we made up. It's a force when we want to talk about it like a force, because what it does is it causes mass to accelerate, and that makes it a force by definition under a certain paradigm.
It's only a force in the same sense that like a centripetal, whatever.
It depends. It depends on your paradigm. Is what it really depends on. When you're in the Einsteinian paradigm and you're talking about curvature of space-time, there's a way in which you can make it you can treat it like a fictitious force. But in a Newtonian paradigm, which is where we all should be staying, frankly, it is literally a force.
Yep, measured just like a force, described just like a force.
Remember, force just means it's just a way for us to talk about the way things move. It's not like a magical truth or something. It's a label that we can use to help us communicate with each other about what's moving where and why.
I have a question, Scott.
Shut up, Nick.
It's not Nick.
Yes, Gary.
Sorry,
so
Gary.
can we call gravitation, though, can we always call a force? And just under the two viewpoints, one is fictitious and the other is just simply a force.
Yeah, I think you could. I'm not an expert, so and I don't know if everyone would agree with me, but my instinct is that would be perfectly valid.
I'll vote Nick then. What do you think, Nick?
Fuck you, Nick.
Sorry, maybe Nick's not there. It's okay, man.
We should really ask one of the real physicists next time they're here because I'm curious too. But I mean, it is. I think that's true. I think you can do that.
Well, I don't know, because the problem is, I know gravity is such an overloaded term for this, or in this space, right?
And it's true that depending upon your personality type, it's like, cheekier physicists will, delight in explaining how it's not a force. Inside, they're doing it inside the Einsteinian paradigm, but often their language will be just sort of flat about that. Like Feynman used to do that all the time because he loves to give this sort of surprising, counterintuitive thing to say. And but I think technically, if you really lay it all out and you really look at everything closely, I think that it depends on the paradigm, and in both paradigms, there's a sense in which you can call it a force because it certainly counts as a fictitious force in Einstein paradigm, right? I mean, it is in that case like centripetal force, or like a Coriolis force.
Right. Oh, Nick is asking in the chat. So I was saying, is it true to always say that gravitation is a force, but gravity is basically different under Einsteinian and Newtonian mechanics? In terms of under the Newtonian, it is a force, but under Einsteinian, it's fictitious. That's what I was saying.
I mean, I would just define gravitation as mass attracting mass.
You're a wanker, Nick. You're a wanker, Nick. London.
Great contribution, Mel.
So another thing, the other guy, the Andrew guy, he mentioned like gas pressure requires a container. Well, actually, the definition of gas pressure is that it's the pressure, it's the force that it would be exerted if it were in a container.
Yeah.
So the container is actually not necessary. It's just that's how we measure it.
There's a lot of different definitions, by the way. You'll probably find one that does assert the container, but it doesn't. It's not the only one. And then also, if you look up atmospheric pressure, which is what we're actually talking about, you'll see that container is anywhere near there.
And you could think of gravity as a form of a container, right? It's just a soft container.
It's doing the job of a container. It's because look, what a container does is it provides kinetic force that reins the molecules in from going places, right? They can't escape this space because kinetic force is holding them in. Well, the gravity force is just a different kind of force that's holding them into an area.
Yeah, gas is kind of like a billiard table, right? Where they're like bouncing off each other and hitting the walls and stuff. But if you really think about what gas particles are, they're just the billiard balls, right? And you can make billiard balls do whatever you want. Just because they happen to like have a lot of energy and they're like bouncing around doesn't mean that they aren't still real tangible objects that have
right.
like.
It's true. Oh, he's gonna have a Google thing again.
Is there a reason, by the way, why people stop using the example of like a plane wing to show pressure without a container?
Oh, that's a great idea. The moment you said that, I was like, oh my god, yeah, high pressure, low pressure, no containment. That's perfect.
I'm sure it was used before, but for some reason people stopped. I don't know why.
This isn't directed at you, Gary.
I'm new to the debate.
All the faggots are on muting. Go on mute, faggots.
I think it's because.
G'day, Mel. I like you, Mel.
So I think because
I think it's okay to be gay.
Plane is because it's dynamic, and people don't like dynamic examples. They want static ones.
Yeah, that's true.
I want something that matches the Bible. Let's be honest. Let's be really honest. 99% of them want something that matches the Bible.
I
That's
don't know if that's
100%
true.
of it.
I don't know if that's honestly true. A lot of them, guess, are obsessed with the Bible, but they're not all. Like most,
almost all of them, like 98% of them are Bible literalists, aren't they?
I don't know. Maybe
24/7 too long, way too long.
You went from 99 to 98. Why the 1% drop?
I don't know.
In such a short
I'm sort of,
time.
I would meander around there. I may even go 95. Maybe, but yeah,
I mean,
maybe
I can think of a
95.
good 3
Oh, hang on,
alternatives
and
that
there's
are
Muslims as
regular
well.
that are
And
not that way.
Rig's religious.
Jeremy is not.
I'm not saying religious. I'm saying Bible literalist. Most people think that there's bits of stuff that's not quite accurate in the Bible. Bible literalists need to believe in a flat Earth because the book's a flat Earth book.
Oh no.
So here's
Merle's
an
not.
example.
Merle's not a Bible literalist.
If you blow on your hand, you'll feel pressure without a container.
That's God. That's God blowing.
You just called lust thank God.
That was a great description.
God gave me a BJ. I mean, you
Merle,
need.
seriously, come on, adult.
Well, you guys need to relax about the God stuff and flat Earth.
Yeah.
Honestly, because it's not about that.
No, for you it's not. For some people it is.
Keep in mind, the Bible never explicitly says that the Earth is flat or that there's a dome. It says firmament, right? And then that comes from the word rakia, which, like, who knows what the fuck that even meant? You know, that has nothing to do with being a dome.
Yeah,
Sure. There's nothing about a dome, but there is something about fixed and unmoving. It turns up a lot while they are describing the shape of what we are on. It is there are also observations in it where somebody could see all corners of Earth. That is just not possible if we're a globe. So there are certain things that, sure, yeah, they don't talk about a dome. I don't think anybody thought like that back then. But there are passages that if you must interpret them literally, it was understandable. All of the people around there at the time were flat Earth believers. It would be weird if they weren't. Of course, if they wrote a book, they wrote it like flat Earth book.
No one finds out the Earth's flat and then starts reading the Bible. Nah.
No, I mean, people back then thought that, and that's when they wrote the Bible.
If you wanted to be that pedantic and literal about it, then you could come to the conclusion of geocentrism or whatever. But I think the flat Earth thing is a real stretch.
Yeah, you've swallowed a lot more pills by that stage.
I'm not dull. Sever me. You're an idiot.
I don't think you're dumb. I don't think you're dumb at all, Mel. I think you're quite smart. I don't think you reason in a way that's effective all the time. But I
Come on, Harry, he's dumb.
I don't think he's dumb.
You're dumb, aren't you, Mel?
No.
Well, you know what's interesting though is